A red letter day. There can be lots of red letter days this year, 2.25 million of them, in fact. The days when new owners take possession of their 1963 Chevrolet cars or trucks. When they come into the dealership, they'll expect everybody to be ready to share their excitement. They'll expect everybody to give them the full treatment on the delivery ceremony. They'll expect every step of the ritual to go off smoothly, without a hitch. Well, you can make each delivery your red letter day, too. Yours and your dealership's. You're starting your owner off on what can become a lifelong loyalty to you and to Chevrolet. Giving your customer the thrill of his life on delivery day starts way back at the time you close the sale. Let's watch how Chevrolet salesman Joe Wilkins does it.
Well, Mr. Carson, that just about does it. But before you leave, let me quickly go over your order again to make sure we haven't left anything off.
Joe knows his customer appreciates this personal interest. If he hasn't sold this car out of stock, Joe writes the wholesale order and double-checks it to make sure the car will come through equipped just as the customer wants. Before the car is conditioned, Joe personally checks to make sure everything the buyer specified is on it, from the tinted glass to the optional armrests. After conditioning, Joe makes sure that everything works properly and that the car is, as he promised, in crown jewel condition. Then Joe calls his customer and sets up the appointment for delivery. When the customer arrives on that red letter day, Joe gives him the full red carpet treatment. With the paperwork ready ahead of time, Joe gets this part of the delivery out of the way fast. Then he proudly escorts the owner to his waiting car.
There it is, Mr. Carson. A real beauty. After you look it all over, I'll show you how everything works. It's all in your owner's guide, but if I check you out, then you won't have any doubt about how things work when you take the car home to show it off. And that's the way you get more heat inside the car. If you've got a few minutes, how about taking a short test ride? Then you'll be sure you're familiar with how the car operates. When we get back, I'll tell you all about your owner protection plan booklet and the warranty.
After a short test ride, Joe high-spots the owner protection plan book. He points out that Chevrolet now warrants the vehicle direct to the owner, and the terms have been extended to 24 months or 24,000 miles. Under normal driving conditions, the warranty covers the vehicle, its equipment, and accessories. Joe explains that tubes and tires are covered separately by the manufacturer. As in the past, the warranty is limited to defects in material or workmanship. Then, he puts the owner at ease by letting him know that even though Chevrolet issues the warranty, the dealership is authorized to handle all warranty repairs or replacements. To avoid misunderstandings that might endanger future owner relations, he makes sure owners also know what is not covered by the warranty. For example,
Of course, Mr. Carson, the warranty doesn't cover regular maintenance items like front-end alignment, wheel balance, or engine tune-ups. The warranty also doesn't cover normal wear and exposure damage to your paint, glass, or trim.
he also points out that any accident damage to the vehicle or repairs or replacements made necessary through negligence or misuse of the vehicle are not subject to the terms of the warranty. If the owner asks about the italicized print at the bottom of the warranty, he explains that this states that there is no real or implied warranty that the vehicle will perform satisfactorily when it's used for some unusual purpose other than that for which it was built or designed. This important clause is for Joe's protection should a customer, particularly a truck customer, try to say that Joe guaranteed that whatever truck he bought would do exactly what he wanted. Joe concludes his warranty explanation by pointing out that everything pertaining to the new vehicle warranty and separate warranties on tires and batteries is covered in the owner protection plan book. For example,
There are 6 verification vouchers in the book, Mr. Carson. If you need any warranty work done, simply sign one of these vouchers and turn it over to our service manager. That authorizes him to make the repairs. Also, in the back of the book is a warranty log. Now, make sure it's filled out whenever any warranty repairs are performed. This gives you a record of everything done on your car, which can be mighty useful when you trade or sell it. I suggest that you keep the book in your car at all times.
with car customers, Joe covers the Guardian Maintenance Recommendations. He suggests either the 60-day or the 6-month service schedule, whichever best fits his customer's driving habits. If Joe knows a certain customer will put either a lot of miles on his car each year or very few, Joe modifies these basic maintenance intervals to suit his individual needs. Then he points out the new Safety Way service and the advantages of having these items checked at every regular maintenance interval. While talking maintenance, Joe explains the maintenance coupons, which, when signed, authorize the dealership to perform the suggested maintenance items at their normal rates and road testing the vehicle when finished. The stubs give the owner a personal record of when maintenance was performed. There's no set schedule of maintenance for trucks because of the widely varying conditions under which they operate. With the help of a service manager, Joe works out an individualized schedule for each owner that matches the type of work the truck will perform and the time when it'll most likely be available for service. By setting up regular maintenance schedules, Joe knows he's making a date to see his customers again and again. He's keeping in touch, and he's building owner loyalty by helping them stay satisfied with their Chevrolet and with his dealership. Courtesy car. In the case of both new car and truck owners, Joe always introduces them to the service manager and owner relations manager. And he isn't shy about the dealership service facilities. He brags a little, mentioning special features like free pickup and delivery, courtesy cars, and night service. He lets customers know he expects them to make use of the service facilities. They're for the owner's convenience, at his convenience. Then, after the customer inspects the vehicle, Joe gets the owner's signature on the acknowledgement of receipt of warranty postcard and the owner's service file record. He explains that the verification of sale postcard is to be used if the customer sells the vehicle while it's still under warranty. Finally, Joe reaffirms his personal interest in the customer. Joe knows satisfied customers are his best single source of future sales.
I want to be sure you're happy with your new Chevrolet, Mr. Carson, so I'll call you from time to time to make sure your Chevrolet keeps delivering the pleasure and performance you enjoy right now when it's brand new.
Joe tries to make his first call in a few days because that's the time he's most likely to get the names of good prospects. Thereafter, he'll keep in touch several times a year, building for repeat business. Well, there are 365 days a year. Like Joe, you too can make them red letter days for you by making delivery day a red letter day for your customers. Follow these steps to owner loyalty on the delivery of every new car and truck. Share his enthusiasm. Deliver a car in crown jewel condition. Check him out on the car. Explain the owner protection plan booklet. Establish a maintenance schedule. Introduce the service department and reaffirm your personal interest in the buyer. With these procedures, you're creating a loyal owner, and you can bet he'll be back. That'll be another red letter day for you, for your customer, for your dealership.
Yes, young fellow, I've learned plenty in my 30 years of selling cars. A lot of it you could call sales psychology. But I don't. I call it simply learning to think, act, feel, and talk just as your customer does. I mean, get on common ground. Now, with my customers, that isn't easy. Just take a look at some of the oddballs I have to deal with. Now you can understand the kind of situations I've learned how to handle. That's why I'm right up there with the sales leaders every single year. Yes, sir, I've learned how to get on common ground.